Welcome back. Now, Norval Foundation and the Sovereign Art Foundation announced Famakan Magassa as the winner of the Norval Sovereign Art African Prize 2023. The artist's work focuses on themes such as addiction, desperation and conflict. Famakan will be offered an opportunity to hold a solo exhibition at the Norval Foundation in which the winning work will feature. To share some more on the competition, we're joined on Zoom by Uvile-Ovayo Kweyama, Engagement and Curatorial Department Co-ordinator at Norval Foundation. Also with her is the artist himself, Famakan Magassa. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live. Uvile, I want to start with you. I mean, speak to us about what it is about this competition and what it stands for.
Good morning, Tapelo. The Norval Sovereign African Art Prize is really one of the biggest art prizes, financially anyway, of its kind in Africa. So Sovereign Art Foundation came together with Norval, and it's really just a place where we aim to elevate contemporary artists and give them a platform that they wouldn't normally have access to. And of course, it's threefold in that there's also the auction element of it, that we aim to raise these significant funds for the artists, but also for our Norval Foundation Learning Center.
Mm-hmm. What is it about Famakan's work that stood out for the judging panel?
It was quite interesting witnessing the judging panel. I think what it is that, of course, he's a young African artist, and in contrast to last year's winner, a male, and a painting, and he uses these dark themes to comment on African problems. So it felt quite fitting that in this African Art Prize, that this is the work that he's presenting.
Mm-hmm. Talk to us about some of the other works that were entered for the competition.
Very, very interesting. We saw 326 entries this year, which were, of course, nominated by nominators all over Africa. Of the 326, 30 were finalists, which are on show at the Norval Foundation at the moment. There's quite a wide range. So you see 3D works this year. We're seeing lots of textiles, photography. There's some very interesting photography pieces, some sketches. And I think it just really speaks to where the prize is going and what it's doing, in that what it attracts is the kind of work that's a really great quality and quite larger scale works as well. I remember, of course, when you see the digital pictures, it really gives you nothing. And you walk in the exhibition itself, you're like, oh, these works are actually life-size, bigger than me anyway. So it's been quite a journey.
Mm-hmm. Famakan, I want to bring you into this conversation. I mean, talk to us about the decision to be part of this art prize. Why did you decide to enter?
I'm Famakan Magassa, painter of Malian nationality. First of all, I would like to thank Ronald Gosia, my galleries, and Norval Foundation for this great initiative to organize each year encouragement prizes that give visibility and opportunities to African artists. I'm very happy to be the winner of these years. It's a great honor for me and Mali. Mm-hmm. It's a new adventure because it will open doors and opportunities for the progress of my career.
I mean, speak to us about your work. What are some of the subjects that you touch on that are really fascinating to you?
For my work, the title is Ballade Noctambule. It's some reality of my society and the rest of the world. It's some problems caused by some men It's problems between men and women in my society, because there is a lot of men who like to drink and go out every night, and sometimes there is a lot of problems. This problem I take to use in my painting.
All right, Uvile, I want to talk about how the art prize has evolved and changed over the years. I mean, you started a couple of years ago, it was created in 2021, in fact, the art prize. How has it evolved over the past year or so?
So yeah, I think initially when the prize was launched, we saw quite a mid-level, I'd say, career sort of entries. And a large number of it being South African. So we've seen that as it's evolved and as the nominating groups have become wider into Africa, we've seen a wider representation of the African countries. So I think to date we've had 25 African countries represented in the prize, in the finalists that is, which is, yeah, it's growing. Of course, I'm excited to see it grow more. Yeah, and I think we're giving more room for different kinds of mediums to be displayed in this prize. Of course, still being contemporary art and specifically African, of African nationality, but the scale of the works has improved, the reach has improved. I mean, this year, one of the finalists was Egyptian. So yeah, and we hope to really go further up and represent more.
How soon do you then start opening up for next year's competition, and how far does Famakan's exhibition run for?
So Famakan's exhibition will be in the future at Norval, so perhaps in 2023 still, but possibly also in 2024. Of course, there's a lot of things to figure out between our schedule and theirs. And then we've actually already started in preparation for 2024 edition. Nominators can start sending through their nominees from all over the African continent. And really, I'd really like to reiterate that we're really looking to reach further and wider in the continent.
Famakan, speak to us about growing up in Mali and how that affected your work going forward.
My English is not very good.
No worries, go ahead.
I speak very well in French, but in English it's not very good. My English, you know.
All right. And then talk to us about your other work. I mean, I see you had exhibitions in Paris as well. Talk to us about those other exhibitions.
In Paris, yes, it was 2020 first. It was one residency in Cité des Arts in Paris, 6 months in Cité des Arts after 2 exhibitions. One exhibition in Magasins Généraux in Paris and Renoma aussi in Paris. It was 2021.
Yeah. All right, Famakan Magassa, thank you so much for talking to us. Congratulations again on your art prize. He earned the Norval Sovereign African Art Prize 2023. He was selected from a short list of 30 artists hailing from 18 countries. Also with him there in our conversation is Uvile-Ovayo Kweyama. Thank you so much there to the lady and the gentleman.